Mike, turn your games down.
Alright, welcome to another What Are You Playing episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and what are you playing with me tonight?
That's not a very good intro. That doesn't set us up.
I didn't have anything else.
I'm Michael Hughes.
I'm Phoebe Stanton.
And I am Zachary Pligge.
Welcome. We got two brand new people to join the show. And you are right. I think I might have probably done it differently for other ones. I'm tired. I'm tired.
Oh, don't worry, you're fine.
Give someone a laugh right at the beginning.
That is normal. That's what happened when me and him have recorded for what? How many years has it been now? Me and you been going back and forth talking?
Looks like 3 as of, yesterday? You posted that thing about the MCU? Or the day before?
You joined before that.
Yeah.
So, it's been a while.
Been a minute.
All right, and then as we do every month, we are here for February 2023's What Are You Playing episode. I'm fumbling today.
Well, one of those takes will be good.
If I edit it and change out the takes, yes. You are right.
You just gotta do it like that merchant from Resident Evil 4. Just go, what are you playing?
See, normally I can. I feel like normally I can get that voice down, but I'm tired. I haven't really drank any water yet. That's sitting right next to me because I was before this episode. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna drink water. I'm gonna get ready. But then my cat laid on her back and meowed at me. I'm like, oh, okay, I gotta pet you. And that took some time.
Your hands were tied.
I can't resist a little kitten. But she's not even a kitten anymore. She's 2. But she's still
That's a kitten.
It's still a kitten.
Compared to my 14-year-old.
6, and he's still a kitten.
Also a kitten.
So the first game I want to mention, what I've been playing religiously because I have to get it out of the way.
Is it Marvel Snap?
Of course it is Marvel Snap. So I know Mike and Phoebe. I know Mike's not playing Marvel Snap because he tried. He actually the one I think mentioned it to me early, and then I was like, nah. Now I'm addicted to it. Unfortunately,
It was that pixelized Hawkeye that I got that sold you.
I don't have that yet, by the way. So
I think I got it from the shop. Yeah, I played it for like a week, and I wasn't even playing it. I just logged on every day to collect cards or whatever. And then it's like, yo, you have to play it to get new stuff. I'm like, nah.
Oh,
it's not what I'm into.
It's addictive. So, Zach, are you playing Marvel Snap by any chance?
I am not. Oh. I am staying away from that game.
Thank God, this will be short.
That's a good thing, by the way. I've spent almost $40 so far in this game.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. Because every month they have a season pass, and I'm like, I'm not going to buy it each month I buy it. So
was it the December one I was on last of these?
I don't remember.
It was November or December, and you and Blake went on like a 20-minute tirade, and I just kind of blaked out for a while.
Yep, I won't go that far. But
I was going to say, doesn't the season pass get put into the universal pool anyway? They just become super rares?
But not really.
Oh.
Okay, that's one reason I wasn't going to buy it. I'm like, okay, I won't buy it. It does, but the way to get the cards is highly unlikely because of the way that they do the pools. Very briefly, you have
0.05%.
Yes, you do. 0.25. So that's why I just say fuck it. I play the game every day, multiple throughout the day. I put like 16 hours in it last week when my phone told me you use your phone too much. So the $10 to me feels worth it a month.
So you're the perfect mark for this game. It's like, I
know.
Give you money.
And I never spend money on mobile games. Never. And here I am being like, take my money, Marvel. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm stuck in this.
Albertin is doing the MCU. What can we trick him about?
It's. Well, I mean, with the season pass, you get enough like currency that it equals out more than what you would have bought if you bought currency. But I won't buy currency. I've only bought 2 of the packs that they had that were like cheap. One was $3, one was $5, and you got some cool stuff for that price. Otherwise, I will not go into they have like $100 bundles, $50 bundles. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not. We ain't going down that road
yet.
No, I can't. That's when the game gets uninstalled. I mean, I can handle the $10 a month because like I play enough of it. Like it's a game that I play all the time when I'm doing other things. It helps me focus on my job sometimes where I'm like, I have my phone going. I need to make these calls and do this, and I can do shit I need to be doing, and it helps me that it keeps me focused somehow. I got nothing, but I've noticed that I'm the kind of person that have to be doing multiple things sometimes to focus on the thing I should be doing. Like with editing, I have to watch TV to edit. Like I'm that kind of person. Well, let's get really into something, then I can turn it off and be fine. Like, but sometimes to get me going when I'm having issues, I need something else to help me do what I need to do. I don't know. I love fucking Marvel Snap. It's so good. Right now I suck. I've been losing constantly after I went, like, I was in the top of the last season, and then I can't win for the life of me because they nerfed my card. So that's another thing people got mad about. That's the last thing I'll say. They did nerf the two paid cards from the last two seasons. They nerfed them and made them like way not as good, and people were not happy. But it's a great game. I don't know if I recommend playing it, but it's really fun.
I downloaded, but I haven't even started it yet.
If you like Marvel, I mean, you don't need to spend money. You can still play it, enjoy it, and have fun. You do not need to spend the money. It's just...
And it's only 12 card decks, right?
Yes.
So?
Yeah, 12 card decks, but I mean, part of it is me. I'm trying to get a full collection, so that's part of the issue. Yeah, you don't want to go down that road. But
no.
It's fun. I will. It's my favorite mobile game I've ever played, and it's the longest I've ever stuck with a mobile game. So last was Mario Kart Dash, which was pretty good.
What about Diablo Immortal?
I fell off that, unfortunately. No, it's a good game, but it made my phone really, really hot.
With the fires of hell, you mean?
I was good. Damn it, you got to before I did.
That's why I quit playing it. If I could get it on, I know it's on PC. If I could get it on Steam, I probably would play it again because Diablo Immortal is not bad at all, and I did not feel any inclined to spend money, unlike Marvel Snap.
There's some games is like, why are they even on mobile? Because Phoebe and I both played the Mega Man X one on there, and just playing Mega Man with touch controls. Like, Mike, have you done that? I know you played Mario RPG.
I played Dive for a little bit.
Yeah,
Dive's good, but that's not. As I got farther into it, I'm like, this is not a mobile game. This is too hard.
Yeah, you don't want a Twitch platformer with touch controls.
Yeah, it definitely feels more like a Mega Man game than a gacha game. And I love that it's at least on Steam now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I have it on my Steam library, I think, but I never went back to it, and I won't. I'll stick with my Marvel Snap.
We got Diablo 4 coming out this year.
What is
Diablo 4?
Oh,
you don't need Immortals anymore.
I don't need Diablo 3. I don't need any Diablo actually.
I was gonna say they're actually making it open world and everything.
What?
Yeah, that's the last time I heard. Diablo 4 was going to be strictly open world, and there were going to be little mini dungeons called strongholds, and if you took them over, they actually became towns.
Oh, that sounds cool. I'll never probably play it, but that sounds cool.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, and Zach, what is something you've been playing?
Let's see. Well, as a mobile game, I'm a Gems of War guy. It's an easy puzzle game. Open it up at work to concentrate. Turn it off after a couple of minutes. I'm good.
Okay, I've never... And I'm assuming you're not stupid like me and spending money on it?
Maybe $30-$40 in the past, 2 years.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a match 3, kind of like a semi-RPG, build a team, and just kind of battle it out. It is a fun game. I don't have a problem with it. It's very addictive as well, too.
I normally don't get addicted to games like this. Like, this is the first in a while where I've been addicted to a mobile game.
Yeah.
So it's kind of nice. Even my wife gets mad at me. Yeah. I'm like, you're always playing it. I'm like, well, yeah.
She's going to take your phone away like you're a teenager.
She wants to sometimes, but...
Yeah, the only complaint I have with the game is that it is on pretty much all platforms now, but only the Steam version and the mobile version link together. All the console ones are separate. So the progress on my phone and PC carry over, but if I wanted to play on my Xbox, I have to start over there.
See, I know people who are actually using that to their advantage, because I know some people who have it on both the Xbox One and their mobile phones, and they have joined their guild multiple times and have pretty much top rank profiles on all their accounts, so they can just boost.
That's kind of cool. But I mean, I agree with Zach. I'd rather have stuff linked just because you don't want to do it twice, especially when you're playing something a lot.
Yeah.
Especially over the course of years.
Yeah, outside of that, I've hopped back into Monster Hunter again since it's on the Xbox, and that's my favorite franchise. In past games.
World or Rise?
Rise.
Which weapon are you going with, if I may ask?
I'm a hunting horn player.
My roommate's a hunting horn player.
Yep.
I played a good bit of hunting horn when I got Rise, when it first came out. Pretty fun.
Dual blades for life.
Yep, ever since it was introduced, I became a horn player. I put a solid 500 to 600 hours on every version of Monster Hunter. And I fell off of Rise on the Switch just due to life. And so even when the expansion came out, I decided to hold off until they announced the PC version. But then shortly after that, they said it's going to come to Xbox, and so I decided to wait until it came to Xbox to restart.
I have never touched a Monster Hunter, and I look at them and go, I'm curious about these. But
You don't have the time for one.
Do you like
I know.
menus?
Well, yeah, there's that too.
You could fall down that rabbit hole so easily.
Mm-hmm.
I collect everything in those games.
Yeah, that I don't have time. Like Mike said, I play too many games for this show, and it's not a game that I can just idly play while I'm moving around. So like I do with Marvel Snap.
Yeah, it's such a satisfying loop too, because you go out and you kill monsters and take their items to make gear, power you up to kill more monsters, and it's super fun. I like it.
Literally beating you to death with your own tooth.
Yeah.
One day I'm gonna play one of them. I own a majority of because I would pick them up for cheap. Like when I'd get them like for other systems, I would because I used to collect games a lot, so I would have them, but just never got around to it.
Mm-hmm. World and Rise are the two most accessible ones, but they're also like 100 hours if you really take your time with them.
Yeah, and I mean, right now I'm playing Paper Mario, and that game is longer than I thought it would be. So
Yeah, it's like 20, I think.
yeah, it might be shorter when you save state your cheating way, but yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like something you would do.
I wasn't at first. I was completely playing legit, and then the game was like, haha, you suck at hitting these buttons. So that changed.
Well, if it's like Mother 3, the emulation's probably off just enough that timing's hard to line up.
Oh, yeah, that might be okay. I think it's just me, but yeah, we'll go with that.
I mean, the GBA emulation's now on the Switch, so Mother 3 will absolutely come to that, right?
I hope
sure.
so.
Uh-huh.
Everybody email Reggie and ask about that. I'm sure he loves that.
No, it's Doug now.
And they're never going to release that game for some stupid reason. They just
If they're gonna
never will.
put Mother 1 on the NES emulation, they have to at this point.
You'd think.
You go ask them that. Let me know how it goes. So, Phoebe, what is something you've been playing?
Recently, man, have you guys ever heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV?
Where you can play up to level 60 and
Yep, and
love
the
that
Heaven's
name.
Word expansion. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of that again. I've been playing that for probably 2 to 3 years now, and going through leveling up all my different jobs. I'm normally a Black Mage player, but right now I'm playing Monk, and it's so much fun. Besides that, recently there was that Steam sale for the new year, the winter, and I bought a lot of stuff during it. But the big one I've been playing recently has been a game called Model Builder, which definitely it feels very cathartic, I want to say. It definitely feels like something like Viscera Cleanup Detail or Power Wash Simulator, where you can just sit back and you think 20 minutes has passed, but it's just been an hour and a half. And it's all about building plastic models and painting them.
Yeah, you told me about this game, and my first thought was something like Power Wash, where you just go in and kind of lose time.
Oh, it absolutely is. You can
Those are so
actually
relaxing.
shade them and everything.
That's neat.
I remember you were playing Power Wash at one point, Mike.
Yeah, I beat it last year. I put it on the bingo card. Now I got the Tomb Raider DLC, and I started it, but I didn't get
And the
very far.
Final Fantasy DLC.
What?
Yeah, that one's coming. Yeah, Final Fantasy
Final
7.
with the guard scorpion and the motorcycle.
Seventh
Okay.
Heaven. Yeah.
Besides
I'm in
that,
then. Except I really need to replay Final Fantasy 7. I haven't played it in years, and I keep seeing stuff about it. I'm
so
like,
good, and the remake is so great.
I got
Yeah,
bad news for you, Mike. I'm looking through Model Builder, and one of the screenshots is a model of a lightsaber.
Yeah. I put together a steampunk tank that is, it feels like something out of Nausicaa in the Valley of the Wind.
Yeah, I'm wish
Oh, it's
listing
so
this. That
good.
looks rad.
So those are my recreational games, just to sit back and relax. Besides those, I've been streaming Elden Ring currently, and I have to start recording Fallout 3. Which I'm
She's
not looking
super
forward to.
excited for it.
people voted for Fallout 3.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It was that Dishonored or Ahead in Time, and I'd rather have the other two.
You've done this to
3
yourself.
It's a good game, I think. I just haven't played it in so long. I can't really say.
It was a great game in 2008.
Yeah, it was.
2023.
That's what people keep telling me, but in
it's a little
2008, I
dated.
wasn't a fan of it either.
So you might not like it. Mike, what is something that you've been up to?
Well, since I haven't been on one of these yet this year, I can talk about the new bingo card for the Backlog Busters. Because on January 1st, when that new card dropped, I started my... Hold on, I'm trying to pull up the damn card. I should have done this beforehand, but you know how things go on this show. So the top left corner square, BB, is put over 100 hours into a game in 2023. And I'm like, well, fine. This is going to be the year that I finally play and the entire way through Persona 5 Royal. So on January 1st, I started that up, and by when did we record that last one? It was like somewhere around February 1st. Oh no, I've been on a couple of the backlog busters. They call them backlog bingo brunch. It was supposed to be bingo night, but we started recording them at like 10 a.m. So it's backlog brunch now. But I think I was at either 23:32 or 32:23 as my hour count at the beginning of February, and today I just passed like the 6 to 8 hour mark. So I've been plugging away at it. Turns out it's fun. It's good. Go play Persona.
I'm glad you're playing it finally.
Me too. I'm definitely further than I've ever been, because before I got up to the 4th palace, and now I'm in the 6th, and I think there are 8 total, 7 or 8. So yeah, my current plan is to have it beat by the end of February, but we'll see how that goes, because life tends to find a way, as Ian would tell you.
Very true, though.
Very true.
I won't disagree with that thing one bit, but I'm really glad you're playing that.
Me too, and I beat all kinds of other shiz up to this point. We did Crusader Senti, that episode that has a number that you probably know.
You would think so, huh?
You would think so. It was recent. It was in the last, 5.
I don't remember the number, but yeah, that's a good game.
Yeah, it's pretty alright. Definitely not what I expected. I beat Final Fantasy V for the first time. Yeah, which I know Phoebe's wanting to start at some point.
I started it, and then my Mac was like, I can't play GBA emulators anymore.
Well, maybe that.
I'm just waiting for the
Switch.
Pixel remaster to come out.
Right. You got that on PC. You can grab it on there if you want to pay $18 for a 30-year-old game.
I think the Switch port will be my version, just that way I can play it at work and not go insane.
As of this recording, we're like a few days after that last Direct, and I thought for sure we were going to get a release date for those. But no.
We did.
That Direct was awesome, though.
It was great. It's phenomenal.
I actually was impressed, and I'd only watch Directs. I just wait until people talk about them online. I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that's what's going on. Because it doesn't affect me. So,
but you gotta get the Metroid Prime remaster now.
I'm glad it exists.
Yeah.
Had it been all 3, it would have got me. 1.
Yeah. I've been wanting to replay Echoes for years, and I thought at first that it was the whole trilogy, and it's like, oh man, I'm finally gonna get to do that, and now I think it's gonna be impossible to go back to it until it gets its own remake.
I think they'll remake it, and I'm really looking forward to the idea. I really want them to keep the multiplayer mode and make it online.
Ooh, interesting.
I don't.
Well, I wanted Mass Effect 3 to keep its multiplayer, and we didn't get that for the remake, so I'm not holding my breath.
I'm so upset about that, huh?
Yeah, a little bit. Those are the big ones that I've completed. Other than that, I've got like a dozen other little things that I have ongoing.
I have one other game to mention. I played through Lion King on the Switch, or not? Well, the Switch version, but I played on a Steam Deck, or I bought it on PC. That version too, that remake of it, kinda, or remaster.
That has Rewind.
Yes, that game is
collection.
Fucking. I mean, even though like I'm much older and much more like aware of playing games, that game is still really, really fucking hard for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
All the games from that era feel like that.
Yeah, but this game is worse than like what I normally play. It was bad. I don't recommend it.
You told me you were doing that, and I'm like, is that going to be the next one that I like throw myself into to try and beat legit? And I'm just like, nah, I don't think so.
One of the guys did on the episode that people won't hear for probably over a month. Daniel Melman, who's been on the show a few times, he beat that game legit. So,
oh my god,
wild.
On one credit too.
What?
He's good at games, and he kept playing.
Is that a thing that people can do?
Yes.
Apparently. Yes.
I've had a few people in the last week or so look at my Twitter profile and they're like, wow, you beat Fester's Quest 4 times? Like, what's wrong with you?
And record it too.
It can be done.
This was your intervention this entire time.
Fester's Quest is not that hard, though.
No.
Not once you understand the game or read the manual and it tells you everything.
I have a knack for shitty games.
Oh, yes. I absolutely. As soon as I realized that you were on this episode, I'm like, we have to have Zach tell us about the Superman 64 bet.
Yes.
Oh, what?
Oh, yeah. So way back in high school, 2004, 2005, I had a good friend he went to a high school like 20 miles away, but it's in the same conference as ours for sports. And so both of us ran cross country. And for pretty much the whole year, I was kicking his ass. So we made a bet at the conference race. Just a stupid bet. And ended up being, if I beat him at the conference meet, he would have to play Banjo-Kazooie once a month, every month.
Oof. That's a much
as
longer game.
long as he continued to play video games. And he hated Banjo, and so that's why. But
What?
he knew that I was a fan of Superman, so he did the same bet to me, but for Superman 64. And
Oh, that's mean.
lo and behold, he ended up out kicking me in the last 400 meters of the race. And starting on the 1st of 2005, I had to play that game at least once a month, just as long as I continued to play video games. And unfortunately, he passed away in 2009, so I'm kind of stuck with this bet. And I think I've completed the game like 418 times already.
Damn.
Do you still like Superman after this?
Yeah.
How?
I don't know.
Is the game really that bad?
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, no, like,
No hesitation.
yeah, like it's a technical nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
I could beat the game on average 3 hours every time. And of course, I have to play on the hardest difficulty.
Oh my god.
So, yeah, like and it's become like the game. Like if I don't know, so I have a backlog like 2 miles long. So if I don't know what to play, sometimes I just decide to pop that in to play because it's a single sitting game for me now. And yeah.
So are you a professional speedrunner for this game now? What has
No.
happened?
I have
Speedrun is
never.
36 minutes or 37 minutes.
That's on the easiest difficulty.
Oh.
On Superman,
God.
it's in the either in the 140s or the 150s. I don't know. And so my best is 202, but I did not record that. So like I never submitted a run because I don't like try to record this stuff, but I could probably if I wanted to.
I mean, you played it this many times. I mean, hey, I do someday
Alright.
want to cover it on the show just because it feels like it should be, and I know exactly the only person that probably will talk with me about it.
Yeah,
So.
you got a guest for it.
Yeah.
It sounds like me and X-Men Destiny, but that's a much easier game to get through.
X-Men Destiny's not a bad game at all.
No, it's not. It's
No,
not a
but-
great game.
Yeah. But all
It
my
was
life,
the
like I've
Silicon
al-
Knights one, right?
ooh
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
Okay.
yeah, that was so nice. Yeah, but I've always been kind of a terrible game junkie, even as a younger kid. So like when Game Informer started to do those super replays of the crappy style horror games, like I was always like, holy crap, I played that game. Like Little Siberia's,
Oh my
that's-
god.
Martian Gothic is another one I could like run through super fast. I was just laughing at the playthrough of Tim.
Oh, Tim
Oh
was
yeah, that's a super
fantastic.
replay, right?
Yes,
Yep.
it is.
Okay, that I never watched.
Like Overblood that you never
I
watched.
watched most of it, just not the entire thing. Like
Just not the
like
entire-
episode. I got to episode 4, so I think that's when I just stopped.
Classic. Man, I miss vintage era Game Informer.
Yeah, it's not the same. Not at all.
Back when video game magazines actually used to exist. Tips and
They-
tricks and Game
it's-
Now.
Yeah, they're still around somehow, even though they're owned by GameStop.
I never see them anywhere. Except for Game Informer.
GameStop.
You got to go inside a GameStop, and then you see everything else but games now. I don't even. The last time I went to GameStop, though, I did buy a game. I bought Watch Dogs Legion for $5, I think, or $10 in a tin case. Might be a tin-
Yeah.
The game's pretty good.
I'll never play it, but
The
I
last
just
time I was at one,
tin case.
I bought 13 Sentinels for $5, and half of one entire wall was just Funko Pops. And I went, where am I right now?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Hey, as a guy who has way too many Funko Pops, I'm completely okay with that. So Funko Pops are awesome. I don't know why I had too many though.
Yeah, me too. I've slowed way down though.
Same. I don't buy
Yeah.
too many. But I had to buy
I mean-
an Aquaman one, of course. Yeah.
Of course. 13 Sentinels is another one I really want to play at some point.
Same.
Vanillaware
Sounds
for
really
life.
familiar.
Yeah, it's the most recent Vanillaware game. The ones that did
Odin Sphere,
There you go.
Masamune, Dragon's Crown.
yeah.
Oh, I own a couple of those I've never played.
Odin Sphere is fantastic.
That was a Wii game, right?
That
No, that's
is
PS2.
No,
PS2.
Masamune
Masamune
was-
is the Wii.
Yeah. I am, but now that we mentioned Superman 64, like I'm looking up a video of it. One day, I really should play this garbage because I like bad games too for some reason. So maybe not that bad, but I do play bad games and I
Yeah,
enjoy
but
it.
I own 34 copies of the game because someone on eBay from a game store going out of business sold a box of 30 for like $6.
Oh.
So I was like, since I always have to have a cart on me anyway, I just may as well just buy this box and I will be set.
That's wild.
Now they're going to re-release it, so.
Oh yeah,
God. Could you imagine?
You're taking them out of the wild so nobody else has to suffer.
yeah. Nintendo
like the
Switch
ET.
Online is going to release Superman 64.
Oh Jesus!
I would love that.
People would play it. Because this game is infamous for being
Uh-huh.
terrible, so people would play it.
Yeah.
That's how I got on the Fester's Quest road. It's like, man, this can't be that bad. And turns out it wasn't. But something tells
man,
me the
I-
Superman 64 actually is.
Yeah.
You can also go through floors a lot, I'm noticing. I'm watching the speedrun, they're constantly just going to the floor.
He's Superman. Of course he can.
Yeah, I play the game pretty legit though. Like I try not to glitch that much since I kind of have a route.
I was gonna say you're thinking Martian Manhunter.
Yeah, I mean, he can still go through floors. It's just the floor is not quite intact.
Yeah.
Phoebe, do you have any other games that you want to mention?
Yeah, you and I are actually doing an episode in a few weeks about Buktai, one of my games that I grew up with that I absolutely love.
I started playing it, but I haven't gotten too far yet. I'm going to have to force myself to really start playing it a little bit.
I have not started the replay at all.
Nah.
But it's a short enough game that it should be quick.
It's definitely cool.
Oh yeah, it definitely feels like a Kojima game that's on a Game Boy Advance.
Yes.
It's definitely a Kojima game.
Yeah, right.
I mean, of course, I'm not playing in the sun because I'm just, cheating essentially. But in that
Everybody
case,
does these days.
well, you have to. I'm not going to go out and find a cartridge and go play it in the sun. So, especially not in the Minnesota winter.
Oh
I
no.
actually own that game. I don't know what happened to it. Probably traded in back in the day.
It's a cool game. It's taken some getting used to, but it's definitely a cool game.
I know this is thinking way too ahead, but if you and I ever do an episode of the second game, it is completely different. Like, it's the same camera angle and same gameplay for the most part, but it's a full-blown RPG with stat points and everything.
Oh,
Interesting.
okay. No, it'll probably happen. I mean, if I can find people that want to do something, especially something like this where it's it's just something extra, yeah, I just do it. So
Hell
that might
yeah.
happen.
No.
So we'll see. Okay, maybe I'll have because Boktai has always been a game that's been on my list for years to try, and then I find an excuse to finally make myself play it. Same like Lion King. Lion King was a game that I always meant to play, and the only reason I even played it was because another I guess a YouTube show called Reliving Retro messaged me and said, "Hey, we want you have you on your show." I'm like, "Okay, cool. I'll come on your show." And they had me pick one of the games, and I'm like, "What's short that I can play through?" Since I have a huge schedule at the moment, and Lion King was on the list, and that's how that happened. So
Nice.
I'm glad I played it. It's garbage. I mean, it's not broken like Super 64, but it's garbage because it's just
Disney games back then were.
That weren't made by Capcom.
yeah, Aladdin's good.
That's true. Like,
The
don't
Aladdin
play
game,
Mountain Mallard.
Well, Genesis Aladdin game is good too. And that's not made by
Ish.
Capcom.
Well, Mike and I did it. We recorded a mini on Magical Quest last month, and that game's still
not
good. Yeah, I
The
look forward to
DuckTales,
that.
not DuckTales, the Darkwing Duck NES game.
We did that one back in the day.
Just a
And
fun
fucking beat
Mega
it
Man
legit
clone.
too.
I did beat that legit. But if you play the Game Boy version, it has a lot of sprite limitations, and it's way easier, turns out.
Can you just deload enemies on the Game Boy version?
Pretty much. It doesn't
Aha.
spawn as many either. Like I can't remember who the fight is, but there are these towers that he's around fixing up, and they shoot at you. And in the NES, there's 3. There's one on each platform level. And then on the Game Boy one, I think there's only 2, or maybe even 1.
That's not
the game is
fair.
It's something else.
God, I forget how many bad games we played.
We played a lot. We played a lot of games.
I play less bad games now.
Like a Bounty Hunter. That game sucks.
Star Wars Bounty Hunter 2002.
Yeah.
Yes, it does.
Aw.
Especially when you don't realize you can tap the button to shoot faster. You just think you have to hold it down. Game's impossible if you play like that, by the way. If you don't realize you can tap.
It's a lot more manageable if you go into the emulator and make it push the square button as fast as possible. And then it's just a freaking laser beam.
That's
Oh, like
another
what-
thing. The Star Wars games back then used to be bad. It's like the Twisted Metal clone on the PS1. I don't know the name of it. That game sucks
Vigilante 8?
ass. Yeah. Well, no. There's a Star Wars Twisted Metal clone.
Oh, I know what you're talking
There's
Yeah,
a Star
there's
Wars
a-
car combat game?
Yeah.
Huh.
One of the cars is Boba Fett.
just Boba Fett.
Shooting
I've never played it.
ATs
It's
and
called
ATTs.
Star Wars Demolition, it
Yeah,
looks like.
Huh.
Fighting games suck. Shadows of the
Terikaze.
Empire, I think, is still good.
Hey, this is the perfect segue. So I started KOTOR last night. Mike, when does that game get good?
How are you on the first planet?
Yeah, I'm still on the first planet.
After
It's
that.
just, it's a
But
lot
you
of...
might not like it, so
But it's a
Running.
BioWare game. It gets good.
It's very Mass Effect 1 without the combat.
Yeah. I mean, I remember liking it when I played it for the show a lot. I'm pretty sure I shelved it, but I don't remember a whole lot, but I do feel like it picks up as you get off the first planet.
You shelved Robotech. That means nothing. Just because you like the license.
The anime or
Robotech Battle.
No, yeah, the first PS2 game. It's garbage. You can lose with cheats on.
He's not wrong. We had invincibility and you still die.
Anyway, shitting on BioWare just makes me think of Lena hating on Jade Empire. Man, she hated that game.
Would love to play that game at some point.
I need to someday.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to stick with KOTOR or not, because it's definitely not my style these days.
It's very slow game.
Right.
And I didn't, it's been a while since I played this. I didn't really think about that when you were talking about it, but yeah, so you might not like the slowness of it.
I need something else with a karma system, and turns out I've beaten almost everything that's big that has one. Like I beat all the Bioshocks, all the Infamouses, Dragon Age.
Have you tried Disco Elysium?
I have tried it 3 times. I've made it like a couple hours each time, but I can't stick with it. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Maybe I'll install it again.
But I'm sorry you're not enjoying KOTOR. I can't think of other games with nothing coming to my head, but
I beat Infernax. That was my good karma game.
Oh yeah. I played that recently.
It's all right. I told my wife, I think I described it pretty succinctly. It's if Simon's Quest was 40% better, it would be Infernax.
I have that game downloaded and I have yet to play it.
It wants to be one of those old era games, and it kind of suffers because of it. Like it has some clunk.
What is it, hard?
Yeah, and it's got a classic difficulty that makes it play more like the old Castlevania, so less checkpoints.
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So I ended up playing on casual.
That turns me off real fast.
Yeah.
I've heard people talk about this game because it's a Metroidvania-ish.
Type. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah. I'm in a few Metroidvania groups, so they always post different things. And I go, oh, what's this? And I put it on my wish list.
I was thinking about doing that Web of Shadows DS as the negative karma game if I don't stick with KOTOR, which means I will need another Metroidvania, and I thought about maybe doing Hollow Knight.
Hollow Knight's great. You have to approach it in the right way, and it's going to hand you your ass, and it ain't going to feel good at first. So, but
and also do Deep Nest with the lights on.
Oh, great!
You don't have a spider problem, do you?
No.
Yeah. Do you have arachnophobia?
No, I'm good.
Oh, then you may or may not be fine.
It's not terrible. It's just that things that you think are on the wall aren't on the wall. They're actually in the game. But you get the hang of that real fast. Like you'll realize, okay, that's not on the wall. That's going to come after me. But Hollow Knight is fucking amazing. Well, just you want to watch videos and you want to get the secrets and you want to see the boss strategies. That's how I play. I play it like a Dark Souls game, and that helped me.
Yeah, I would probably use a guide just to show me where to go, because I know that was a problem I had when I put 2 hours into it. When it came out, it's like, where the fuck do I go now?
It's hard in the beginning, and then the game, as long as you're not going for the 100% true ending, it's manageable.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't. No.
Yeah, don't. I tried. That's how much I love that game.
Wow.
I fucking tried, and the game handed me my ass badly, because there's a part that is really, really challenging with lots of pitfalls and lots of like things that will kill you instantly, and you have to like do platforming, and I couldn't get it out. I couldn't do it. It was too much.
Oh, is that the area where you're going to find the king?
Yeah, the White Palace.
Oh, I love that place. But that is extremely brutal. That and some of those dream bosses are
But those are all the dream bosses.
Hard.
Well, I mean, all of it's optional. I did a bunch of the dream bosses. I could beat bosses. I just could not pull off the platforming.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll do it or not, because I got like halfway through Ender Lilies, and I think I've fallen off of that one. I don't know that I'll go back to it.
That's too bad.
It's tough.
That's what I know. Blake loves that game though.
Yeah, every boss is like 4, 5, 6 plus attempts, and it's like I get it eventually. It's just battle attrition just to get there. I don't know if I want to. It's going to get worse from here.
If you want some Metroidvanias, have you ever played either Axiom Verge or Guacamelee?
Yeah, I have both of them. I was not into Axiom Verge as much as everyone else. What I played of 2, I liked more than a lot of people did. It seems like if you loved 1, you're not as into 2. And I think I was the other way around. I wasn't into 1, but 2 seems all right. Maybe I'll go back to that.
Okay.
Guacamelee is good, though. I like Drinkbox's games.
Yeah.
I need to play those one day.
Yeah. I beat Nobody Saves the World last year. That was pretty fun.
They're on
So
my.
you
They're
have to
on.
finish that.
Yeah, it's fun until it isn't.
I can't remember you getting annoyed with that game. I don't remember why, but I just remember you were annoyed.
Yeah, and like towards the end, the dungeons have specific rules that you have to follow. Like enemies will have a shield that you have to take down, and then towards the end, some of the dungeons make it so their shield comes back after a couple seconds. So it's some of the rules are kind of annoying, but not everything's mandatory. At least.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, it's worth checking out though. It's a shapeshifter game, so of course I had to
No,
try
that's
it.
why you played it.
Yep.
So, Zach, anything else that you want to mention that you've been playing?
Recently, I went back to Parasite Eve and Two Human.
Good.
Both those games I completed.
One of those is better than the other one.
Hey, I'm a Two Human apologist.
Wow. Well, I mean, for X-Men Destiny, so I can't say a whole lot. Mike and I
You
have
still
talked
want to
about
play it, Two Human, don't you?
Mike and I have talked about putting it on the show pretty much since I started. Probably since we did Destiny, I would figure.
Before that, but yes.
Yeah, it might happen someday.
Yeah, but Parasite Eve still holds up, and that is a batshit insane story. Just the ending alone, is fantastic.
Are you gonna play the second one?
No, don't play the second one.
Don't bring it up. Don't bring it
I was
up.
waiting for them to make a third game.
They did. Their birthday's pretty good.
No, we don't talk
I have
about
the second
that.
one as well too.
I started with the second one, and I beat it back in the day, and then I played one in 2015. I'm like, man, that was a lot of fun. Why did I wait so long? Let's go back and play two. And it's just tank controls? What the fuck?
I hated 2 when I played it for the show, and I love 1. I enjoyed their birthday. The game's not that bad.
It's not a Parasite Eve game.
Yeah.
No, but it's a fun game. But I'm glad you're playing that. I mean, Parasite Eve is... I wish we'd see more again. I wish they would bring that
Yes.
series back.
It's
Yes.
on my list to go back to this year. Man, Square got everyone super excited last year when they teased something Parasite Eve related. Turned out it was just more NFT bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck?
I hate NFT crap. I'm glad it's almost gone, though.
Yeah, it's
Is it
definitely
though?
phasing out. It feels
It's-
like I don't
it's
hear about
almost
it near as much as we did last summer.
Yep,
I
I think
think-
at this point it's like actual artists still in the space and not all the grifters.
Yeah.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about? There's definitely a grifter in there. So
Oh yeah. We don't need to get into that.
yeah, I'm not. I'm stopping myself. That joke
All
is
the
enough for people that
politics.
know what I'm talking about. Will laugh too. So, but no, I think it's going away. I think is Square still in NFT?
Yeah, they
Yeah.
down on it recently. Like in the
I know
last-
GameStop's out. They spent all that money and they're already out. They're like,
they don't
"Nope,
have the money to gamble on that shit. They should know better.
they're fucking stupid. They're a bad company too. They were a good company from what I heard during the 360 era. They were a great company to work for. I mean, they were making money, and then they are not okay anymore. So
You know,
they're not
Yeah.
good, which is too bad.
I guess the only other thing I want to mention for games is I posted it on the Backlog Busters Discord. I'm like, I kind of thought at one point about doing quote unquote all 3 Persona games because we don't talk about the first 2 apparently on my bingo card this year. So someone's like, yeah, I don't see that happening. So of course I'm knee deep in Persona 3 Portable, and then I'll play 4 again. I'll twist my arm and play 4 again because
Oh yeah, you don't like 4 at all. Mm-hmm.
God damn, I love that game. I can't. Like, I think they added this square just for me. It's replay and beat a game you beat on a previous generation. So that'll be that square. It's so good.
But it's so long.
Yeah, well, they all are.
That's why I don't play them. I only played 4, and that was before the podcast was a thing. So
We'll get there.
I do want to play 4 again. I really, really do. And now that I have the Steam Deck, I am very good at time, so I can get shit done.
Is it bad as a big Japanese RPG fan? I have never played a single Persona game.
Yes.
I think
Damn it.
You need to play. Yes.
you need
Yeah.
to play 4.
At
4's
least
great.
4.
I would
But
just
also,
play
you can
Persona.
fuck yourself up in Persona 4. So I did one
Yeah.
where I had to restart the entire game.
My wife got it on Switch since they came out last month, and she just beat Rise's dungeon, so she's getting about to the point where she's never been before. So that's exciting.
They're good. They're really good games.
Yeah, they are.
I recommend a guide just because I always recommend guides, but they're definitely worth playing. I love 4. I want to play 3 really a lot, and I want to some
3 definitely shows its age at this point. I'm kind of worried to go back to 4 after playing so much of 5. I think it's going to feel a little dated too, because 5 adds so much quality of life shit.
So, I wish that they released the better version to 3, not the portable version.
I had a feeling that's where you were going.
The modded version?
No, the original 3 plays more like 4 does, and then they ported it to the PSP, and they had to slim everything down. So, like, you can't even walk around other than in dungeons. Everything's on the menu.
Oh, so I shouldn't play the PSP version when I play it someday?
Yeah. Even that.
If you're able to find a copy.
Oh, I have a copy, technically.
Okay, well, then there you go.
Quote unquote.
I would say
it's a copy.
I like 3 more than 4.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
I know the people that started with 3 definitely prefer 3. There are 3 versions of 3. There's the original 3, and then Fez, and then Portable. And they all add different things to it. It's all over the place.
Oh, Mike, I can't remember if I'm assuming I would have told you this back in the day. Did I used to tell you I beat Paper Mario at some point?
I think so.
I never did, by the way. I found out. As I've been playing through the game, nothing is familiar.
It's also probably been 20 years since you played it. God,
yes, but like normally, like there's something. There's nothing. Mm-hmm. I never played it this far. I just told myself I beat it, and I never did.
That's kind of exciting for you.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm like, okay, it's just weird.
Yeah.
Are you gonna do the other 2 games after it?
I've never played any Paper Mario games other than the first one for like maybe a couple hours.
It took me a second. The other 2. Yeah, there's only 2. Weird.
No, there's 3.
I have Thousand Year Door.
Well, 2 after.
I actually have a legit copy of Thousand Year Door I bought like 15, 16, 17, 18 years ago that I've never played. So
I need an excuse to play that again. So.
Well, if you're still interested in about a year from now, it will probably be on the podcast. So
nice.
It's a good one. And then Super Paper Mario is good. It's definitely not like the other 2, but man, did it.
Super Paper Mario, the Wii one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a platformer more than it is an RPG.
I actually like the most out of the 3.
Oh, and I have a funny thing that I don't get to mention much, but I want to. When I used to work at a printing company at the time when that game came out, and Mario Party, whatever Mario Party was at the time, and I used to have cardboard cutouts from those games. Like I had a big Mario and Luigi and stuff.
That's awesome.
They're gone now, but
of course
I had little stars too. But yeah, they're all gone. I remember the day they fired me, I walked out my big Mario thing. I'm like, can I take this? Like, yeah, it's fine. Because they were bad. I took the bad versions, and I remember they're like, so I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get my stuff. And I come out with big Mario Luigi, and I'm just walking out the door like, all right, bye. Like, fuck you, but bye.
You won that day.
Yep.
Actually, it worked out because they were paying me shit. So, and then I had shit jobs after that for a while, but then it got better. So, but yeah, I always remember. I was moving anyway, so I would have had to quit soon anyway, but I fucked up on something. I was running a small press, and I ran out of. I didn't check the fountain, the water, and then it started printing black. And I'm like, "You guys got more paper, right?" They're like, "No, that was special order." I'm like, "Oh,
oops."
Yeah, and then I was fired like the next week, so I'm pretty sure that's why I was fired. Pretty sure.
Oh, I do have one more game to mention.
Yes.
What the hell? I don't remember how it got started. Someone on Twitter posted about an NES game called Nightshade. You play as this quote-unquote superhero, and it's... God, how do you even put a genre on that game? It's so...
Point and click Dick Tracy?
I guess, but then there's 2D fighting, and like it's bananas. But I had posted that I never actually played the game before. Oh, it was... Shit, let me look up who it is real quick. He does daily trivia screenshots.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Shit.
Johnny Boombots.
That's who it is.
Yeah. So he did. Damn, I just said
Nightshade for NES.
It's gonna be fun for you to edit. Yeah. So he posted Nightshade one day, and I commented, I was like, I've actually never played it. I just know about it because of Derek Alexander's video back when he was the Happy Video Game Nerd, and Derek commented on my post. He apparently went and looked at my Twitter profile where I talked about beating Fester's Quest. He's like, you beat Fester's Quest 4 times and you didn't even try Nightshade? So since it's on the Switch online shit, I've been trying to play it, but it's definitely one I have to focus on a guide to get through. So it's been
It looks awful.
It's something else.
That's cool. It's on the NES Nintendo Online.
It is. It's some weird.
They put some weird shit on there, didn't they?
Mm-hmm. It's better than the Game Boy lineup that they announced.
Oh, Game Boy lineup's fine. You get Mario Land 2. That's all you need.
I've been playing Wario Land 3 at work. It's my first time playing it, and I'm just like, wow, how the hell did I miss this?
I need to play that.
People love 3 and 4.
Yeah. Oh, and you said Nightshade, the one that came to my mind, the PS2 game.
The PS2 game? Yeah.
You're a ninja. I have that game, actually. I have a legit copy to the right of me somewhere. I bought that.
That's another one I think about. That and the Shinobi reboot. I'm like, I wonder if those hold up. I'm sure they're hard as hell.
Oh, Phoebe, do you have any other games to mention?
Oh God, that's actually a really good question.
How about your Elden Ring bet that you lost?
Oh yeah, jeez. I brought this up on the elitist, but yeah, I forgot to do this when we were introducing ourselves. So I go by the Let's Play Princess on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, all that fun stuff. And recently I've been going through Elden Ring. I've never been in this game before. And my roommate's just like, hey, let's make a bet, which is the original reason why I got Elden Ring was through a bet with this person. So I go, okay, yeah, sure. What's the bet for Elden Ring? Because I was just going to do a Dex Bleed build like I do with every other Dark Souls game. He goes, yeah, let's go Strength Faith. Go for the Golden Halberd and only use that. No spirits, no spells, no summoning NPCs or other players. And I went, okay, sure, let's.
Terrible.
It's honestly been super fun so far.
I have not played Elden Ring. I started this podcast. I can't play a Dark Souls game anymore, but God, I love that series.
I made it up through the first, what is considered the first big gateway boss, and I called that good.
Capra Demon?
No, Margit?
Yeah, I beat Margaret and then I beat Godric so far. But part of that is I have to do every single boss that has a trophy.
Nice.
I love Dark Souls 1 and 2 and Bloodborne. They were great.
So good.
But yeah, I can't. My wife gets so mad at me when I play those games. I get really into them, and then I get upset, and I try to keep to myself. But I mean, yeah, she does not like. I won't play those games around her because she'll say stuff, and I'll get irritated. I'm like, no, I can't play around you.
Yep.
Like
that's how I got to be with Under Lilies. I'm like, I can't play this when my wife is home because man, is it legitimately frustrating.
So yeah, I am gonna play Demon Souls, I think, for the show at some point because I can emulate Demon Souls.
So save states.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cheat it and play it that way, but at least I can play it. I mean, it still won't be that easy because there's no pausing. So right. I'm still gonna fucking die a lot, I'm sure, but at least they'll be more forgiving.
I wonder if you can pause the emulator.
Yeah, there's probably ways, but
yeah, absolutely.
Just not easy. Not as easy.
Yeah. Well, that's all.
So Zach, any other games you want to mention before we go on to TV and movies?
Nothing really. Not you mentioned it, like I now have to head back to Dark Souls 2.
It's a good game.
That's my favorite Dark Souls.
It doesn't deserve the hate it gets.
No.
It's just not as good as Dark Souls 1, and it's a much different style of game, but it's still a great game.
And it's the reason I'm a fan of Elden Ring is because Elden Ring is the sequel to Dark Souls 2.
Oh, like a spiritual successor
type
thing?
Yes, it feels much more like the second one, yeah.
Well, the thing about Dark Souls 2 is you can kill an enemy 10 times and they don't respawn anymore. So you can literally just farm your way and clear out a whole area. That's what I did.
Like,
unless you use a bonfire aesthetic.
Well, I didn't do it. I purposely wanted to clear out everything.
Yeah, so there's a mechanic. It's either between 10 out of 14 times, and the enemy is gone from the area until a new game plus, or there's an item called a bonfire. It's a bonfire aesthetic that you could burn at the bonfire in the area to level up the area to so like example is like Hyde's Tower. You could clear out the enemies, go to that bonfire, burn the item, then they all come back as a new game plus versions of the enemy.
That's
clear the
really
area,
cool.
Clear it again, come back and burn another one. That's the +2 versions. But the item is a limited resource, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it is.
There's a whole bunch of bonfires around. So like you could use those strategically to get items and stuff that you aren't supposed to in the first run, or if you want a power level. Yeah.
Okay.
See, because I've only played 1 and 3. I've not even touched 2.
You should play
that
2.
sounds like an extremely good mechanic.
2 is also, in my opinion, easier than 1.
Oh no,
it's a slower game, and one of the reasons it is it has a stat called adaptability. That's the stat that everyone hates because it's a stat just for the rolling mechanic. So the higher your adaptability, the more iframes and stuff you have.
That's super cool.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That makes the game so much easier.
Yeah. Play 2, really.
Is 2 the one where you fight the gargoyle on the rooftop?
That's 1.
That's
early.
1.
Okay.
The twin gargoyles?
Yeah, I've played a little bit of Demon Souls 1, 2, and then of course Elden Ring, and I guess Bloodborne. But again, they're not my style of game.
Bloodborne is not a game for you, though.
No.
As a guy who's recorded with you a lot, you do not want to play that game.
I got to Cleric Beasts, so I did a little bit.
Yeah, that game gets fucked up though as you progress.
Oh yeah,
That game's great. If you love Lovecraftian horror, that game is. Ooh.
But he doesn't like horror.
I was gonna say, I think that's why Mike's waving me away from it.
Mike's not into horror games, and that is not the game for you. Then good game, just full of really fucked up stuff.
One Reborn and Margot's Wet Nurse. Oh,
Yes, that those are two things that he would not appreciate.
Yeah, I keep wanting to. I'm thinking about getting Village at some point, and then I'm always like, I don't know if I really want to do that to myself. I think a third-person camera that the DLC adds would help. I can't imagine trying to play that thing in first person or fucking VR. Screw that.
Man, I love Resident Evil, and I've played 1 through 6 in some capacity in the past. I have the remake for 2 and I haven't played it yet, but I've played a little bit of original 2. I was over somebody's house. They had a PlayStation 4 VR, and they were just like, "Here, let's put on Resident Evil 7." And as soon as Mia starts crawling out of the basement, I went, "Nope, fuck this," and I just turned it off.
Yeah, we did 2 remake. That was the first Spooktober that I was on. Yeah, that game was I wasn't into that.
And I love horror games, so.
Then you'll love remake too. Then
Yeah.
I did not. I had a hard time with it.
I need to listen to the 3 make episode still. Did you end up liking that?
I did not as much as I think you did, but it was a good game.
Yeah.
It was short, which was nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
It always sounds like people like Resident Evil 2 remake more than Resident Evil 3.
That's because 2 remake's a better game.
I think people just like Resident Evil 2 more than 3 back in the day, too.
That's because Resident Evil 3 isn't the real Resident Evil 3. Code Veronica is, but God forbid we'll ever get a remake of that.
Sony.
Yeah, that is also Sony's fault. Right now, I have a couple TV shows to mention real quick. One, hoping one of you guys have watched it also. I finally am watching Orville. I'm almost done with Orville Season 3.
No.
Zach, have you watched Orville?
I have not.
Oh, got nothing for you, buddy.
It's a really good show.
Farscape is better.
Farscape is better.
A little bit, but I haven't gotten back to it. But no, Orville, I just started watching it randomly on Disney Plus because it's there, and my wife got into it, and we're almost done. She's like, okay, I'm going to watch Star Trek with you. My eyes just lit up because I've been trying to get her to watch Star Trek for the 7 years we've been together, and she just had no interest. And all of a sudden now she's like, I'll watch Next Gen. I'm excited, but at the same time, like, if you don't like Next Gen, I'm going to be upset.
She doesn't know what she's getting herself into.
No, she doesn't, because we're going Next Gen, Deep Space Nine, Enterprise, Voyager. We're going down the whole road. So
are you gonna do all the Paramount Plus ones like Lower Decks and Picard?
I might, because I have to subscribe to Paramount Plus in order to watch Star Trek. So I might finally check those out myself too.
They're really good so far.
That's what I heard. I heard is Discovery the one everybody likes?
Yes, but I haven't watched that or Strange New Worlds. I've just been really
Strange
on.
New World everybody likes, and Discovery's the one they don't like. Can't remember.
Discovery's a full plot, as far as I know. Strange New Worlds is an anthology series. Lower Decks is animated, but it's really good. Prodigy is a more kid-friendly one. It's on Nickelodeon, but I've heard good things about it.
But yeah, we're go down that road. I'm so excited.
Picard is very 50-50, but I personally enjoy it.
I've heard people complain and stuff, but I'll once you get Paramount Plus, I open that door. I'll end up watching them all because that'll get me off my kick of. I've been on a kick of documentaries. Lots and lots of drug documentaries lately. Yeah, if I ever want to go smuggle drugs, I know how to do it. I can tell you that much. I know enough about them at this point from documentaries I've watched. I just love that type of stuff. I find it so interesting. I also watched 2 weird but very good documentaries. One called Bad Vegan, which was very interesting about a con artist. The woman who had a restaurant and then pretty much got conned out of it by a guy that knew Alec Baldwin, essentially. So she thought he was more legit than he was and turned out to be a con artist. It's actually pretty good, though. So I recommend it. It has nothing to do with the way it makes it sound like. It's really not about vegan. It's about a woman who had a vegan restaurant who then got conned and spent a lot of money she didn't have.
What streaming service is it on?
It's on Netflix.
Okay.
But it's definitely worth watching. Another one that I watched called The Most Hated Man on the Internet. That was also really interesting. It's about a guy who was, well, the most hated man on the internet, but he ran a revenge porn website.
Oh God.
Yeah, but he got arrested. He went to jail. But he would hack people. He had a guy who he paid to hack other women's email addresses, and then he would get pictures that they had and then post it on the website. And the problem was he posted a picture and he posted their Facebook information too, so people could go find them and say things to them.
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Gross.
Yep. And then he was going to do a new website where he was going to post their address, their actual addresses, so people could go and heckle them and stuff. Yeah, real shitbag.
What is wrong with people sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Real shitbag guy. And he was actually on like Dr. Phil, I think, or maybe not Dr. Phil. He was on one of those shows too. Like he actually got on TV and his shtick didn't work on TV. But he's a real piece of shit. But it's a very interesting documentary. But real piece of shit guy. Like, yes, shitty human being. So.
Sounds like it.
It's interesting though. It was very interesting to watch.
Pass.
And that's all I've been watching. Zach, do you have anything you want to mention that you've been watching?
I've kind of been going down the rabbit hole on Netflix of a lot of Chinese, Mandarin, and Korean stuff, just to change it up this year.
Yeah.
Hey, that's good. I mean, did you ever watch Boys Over Flowers? It's a Korean show.
Not yet. I just finished The King's Avatar, which is about Chinese esports. I thought it was interesting.
Okay.
Hey,
Well,
Korean
it's,
stuff can be interesting.
That was based off an anime. So it's live action based off an anime. I thought it was good.
The King's Avatar, you said?
Yeah.
Okay, let me add that to the list.
Yeah, interesting.
My wife likes Korean stuff. The show Boys Over Flowers, we own it on DVD, except it's not. It is a fake DVD. It's pirated. I found out. I bought it from Amazon or eBay or one of those, and it wasn't like oh well, at least I have it. But
yeah,
I mean it's cool. I mean she loved it. I didn't really. I watched it twice with her actually, but it got me interested. But yeah, if you like Korean drama, you might like it.
Okay.
It's about high schooler. It's just the culture is interesting too. Seeing the culture of like it's so different in Korea.
Yeah,
South Korea. Phoebe, anything you've been watching you want to mention?
So last weekend I watched Hamilton for the first time. It's on Disney Plus. That was incredible. Besides that, I've been buying a lot of movies. I've recently watched The Menu. That was a really good horror comedy.
That was fantastic.
Michael, that's not Albertin, got me into, has made me start
I've been waiting for this. As soon as I knew that we were both going to be on this episode, I'm like, I need you to do me a favor. Like, I need you to at least watch the first episode of a new Akuma no Riddle so I can throw it in Mike's face.
Oh my god.
Michael,
you and that damn show.
Mike and I have been corresponding for about a week or two now, and we have just been plotting the downfall of every other fucking podcast under the sun.
Yeah, it started because I was on episode 82 of The Elitist, and she was on 83, and ever since then, we've been throwing their game Smash Up
mix-ups together.
Yeah, where they take two game titles and kind of smush them together, and then you combine the plots, and they have to guess the name. So we've been throwing those back and forth for like a week straight, and then we were gonna do this. I'm like, I need you to at least watch the first episode of this show.
And some of them are ones that I told Mike about, and like, I'm not writing these down. There's no way they will ever get them. Like Sergeant Kabuki, Mega Man, NYPD. I'm like, no, let's not do that.
Jeez. That's not any worse than Ryan's.
Jesus, yeah, right. So yeah, I started Akuma no Riddle, which is an anime about this poor girl who's in a class with about 12 other girls that are all assassins trying to kill her. And one girl decides she's going to protect instead of kill this girl. And so far, I'm 5 episodes or so in, and it's pretty good, actually.
It's goddamn good. It's fantastic.
However, that means Mike has to watch an anime for me now at some point, but I have to figure out what anime to watch.
I don't remember agreeing to that.
That's part of the deal.
Fair. Besides that, I actually have a plan for next weekend of what to watch because there's a person I call the main roommate because he's the one that I moved in with, and they have a kid. And the kid's probably 11 years old, and getting him into all this media from our childhoods. So got him into Reboot.
Poor kid.
Had him watch the Sam and Max animated series. And the next one I think I'm going to have him watch is Galaxy Quest.
Good movie.
Nice.
I mean, I think you can enjoy that movie without knowing, without realizing what it's a spoof of. It's still a really good movie.
It's such a good movie. This was his first time watching Roger Rabbit, and he loved it.
Ooh, movie's still great.
Never seen it.
Have you never seen Roger Rabbit?
I don't know, but this has come up twice now in my recordings in this month. So that's impressive.
Came up. I don't know if it was during the
Back to the Future.
Yeah, I don't know if it's during or like in the proverbial green room, but
Back to the Future is a great trilogy. The third one's is as good as the other two.
But yeah, the Roger Rabbit. Oh my God, Roger Rabbit definitely came up.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it and see movies I've never seen. Like I realized when we did our Back to the Future record, I'd never seen Back to the Future all the way through. So.
Oh my God!
But now I have. You can hear that episode at some point when I release it, probably March.
Yeah, probably next month. That's a good episode too. It's definitely worth a listen.
Right. anything else you guys want to mention? Movies or TV? Anybody?
You didn't ask me, but I was only going to say that I've
you want to mention?
I've been watching Persona 5 cutscenes, so I've been playing the game. Other than that, like the occasional YouTube video I'll put on when the wife and I are eating dinner or something. But other than that, it's just been trying to get through these games.
That's because you got the bingo. You'll finish the bingo way ahead of time, just like last time.
Yeah. They've been doing a lot of smaller stuff, and I've done a few here and there, but I've been trying to focus on the big boys. Like I got through all of Pokemon Legends Arceus last month.
How was that?
All right. It's okay. Like if you're a big Pokemon fan, it's good and bad because it takes away stuff like abilities and held items and shit that I like. It is cool. It does some cool things.
It's fine.
Too many games. Too many games.
Yeah.
My last official Pokemon game was Yellow, so
Oh my god.
it's.
Jeez.
I mean, that's worse than me. That's saying something.
I'm more of a Digimon girl that has an actual plot and character development. Ash is just going through leagues and losing.
I didn't say watch the cartoon. I'm just saying play the games.
Oh,
Not the cartoon. But Digimon does have a great song. Digimon, digital monsters.
Digimon are the champions.
Did you play the Cyber Sleuth games, Phoebes?
I own them and I haven't played them yet.
Oh.
But I know that they're pretty Persona-like.
Ish. Like
Yeah.
the battle system is not great at all, but the hook of just getting new Digimon will keep you going. I beat the first one last year, the year before. So I thought about doing Hacker's Member this year, but we'll see if that happens.
Yeah, a lot of games that I buy at this point, it's very 50-50 of whether it's
You'll
just
play them
for
or not.
me or if it's for the YouTube and the streaming. And there's a Venn diagram there, and this was in the middle of the Venn diagram, and I just haven't gotten to it yet.
Oh, I know the feeling. I'm still trying to get games done that I've told myself I'd play years ago. Like I played Mirror's Edge for the first time recently. That's a good game. Played it for the show, but I mean, I was trying to play that game since 2000, wherever it came out, 2008 or 2009. I thought, I gotta play that. It took me over 10 years.
7, maybe?
Is it? Yeah, I think it is. I've had it for years.
That was one of the
Same with
10
Fallout 3. I've yet to finish Fallout 3, and I've owned it since the Game of the Year edition came out.
Yeah.
That's wild.
I think
What did you
Mirror's
say,
Edge was one of the 10 games that I played for that bet with my brother-in-law
Oh yeah.
forever ago, where he bet me a pizza that I couldn't beat these 10 games. Because I can't stick to one game. Like, pull this back off. How many games have I started this year? I finished 10, and I've started approximately like 25.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's not surprising.
Yeah. But he bet me a pizza that I couldn't beat these 10 back to back to back.
Did he buy you a pizza?
He bought me a pizza. I don't think it was very good, if I remember right, but
Little Caesars?
I played shit like Mirror's Edge and the Tomb Raider reboot and
Great.
Alone in the Dark 2008.
Oh, not great.
Yeah, I know we've been memeing that game forever. But didn't you recently replay that though?
Yeah, I
Unfortunately,
beat it in December because in the Overblood group, Sergio's monthly challenge was to beat a game that would qualify for the New Year's Super Replay, and I'm like, well, I want to play something that they've actually played before but never actually beaten, and then I saw Alone in the Dark. I'm like, well, I know what I have to do. Yeah, it still sucks.
okay. I wasn't surprised. I wasn't expecting anything different. I was expecting it to get worse as time goes on, not better. So that's something.
It does some cool things. It has some cool ideas, but the the technical aspect is just Superman 64 levels of bad.
Are you going to get the 1 remake when that comes out?
I forgot that was a thing. I've actually never played any other Alone in the Dark. Just that one.
I haven't either. Just that one. So I'm in the same boat. I just don't know if I care enough. I'm watching Arceus once you mention it. That I do kind of want to play this.
Yeah, it's all right.
I do have to admit.
You're gonna have to spend $60 on it.
Not really. I just gotta wait.
Oh yeah.
If I wait long enough, it won't bother me. The rate things are going, they might release it because I won't pirate anything that's new. I will not. It has to be old system. But the rate that I get the games anyway, by the time I get to it, the Switch will be dead and gone. So
True.
so it won't matter. Then it won't be around anywhere. And then I'm like, I should play this. But no, it does. I am thinking about it. I really should. Speaking of $60 games, I should play Pokemon Snap. I bought that for $60 when it came out.
It's so good.
I really should play that. I bought it for my wife.
I've tried it twice, and I think I'm just nostalgic for the old one. I just can't get into it for some reason.
Really?
Yeah. My wife beat the whole thing, though. She loved it.
Must at least someone beat it. I mean, for me, no one's beaten it, and I paid $60. It makes you sad. That's why I don't buy $60 games, because it upsets me. I was upset when I bought Lion King for $20 on Steam when I bought the Aladdin. I was like, I was not happy with myself. But I did not want to play, emulate it and try playing that with save states. I wanted Rewind.
How much did you pay for Dread?
I paid $50. Thank you very much.
Worth the 50.
It was. I agree with Phoebe. That game is a good game.
Oh, I know I'm in the minority though. I can't stand that game.
I mean, I'm also in the minority because Metroid is my Nintendo series. If Tears of the Kingdom was canceled to confirm that Metroid Prime 4 existed, I would stand up and clap.
That's not going to happen.
I know it's not.
You got the Prime remake at least.
That's true. And I'm now waiting for a 2 and 3 remake, and 4 will come.
I did start the Prime remake, but I didn't get very far because it's almost impossible to play in handheld because it's so freaking dark.
So you got to sit in the dark.
Yeah, I just need to play on the TV, which is fine.
I had a few games where I had to literally sit in the dark to see because I can't see otherwise. Tomb Raider, I think, was one of them.
I believe it.
And I sit right next to a big window, so I have to sometimes I can't play during the day.
Oh,
I need to see shit.
To loop it back around.
I need to start Rise of the Tomb Raider.
It's a good game.
One of the squares is to beat a game. I can't remember the exact wording. It's basically beat a seasonal game within the season that it takes place. And I figure since Rise of the Tomb Raider is mostly in Siberia, I can get away with calling it winter. So I need to beat that before.
Yeah.
Rise of Tomb Raider is, I think, might be my favorite of the trilogy, but Shadow's really good too.
Yeah.
But they're all three different enough. It's not like playing Uncharted 1, 2, and 3 in a row. Don't ever do that, by the way. Those feel the samey. Each Tomb Raider game has enough differences. Zach, have you played the Tomb Raider reboot?
No, I have not.
Oh.
Just the older games.
Oh, you're missing out. I'm a big. Do you grab all the free games on Epic every week?
Yes.
And you might have the whole trilogy for free if you've been doing it for a while.
Probably. Yeah.
It's worth. Don't play them all three in a row. But Tomb Raider 2013, Rise, and Shadow are really great games, and none of them are that long.
So you sometimes read comics for the show.
Yes.
Have you ever read the Tomb Raider comics based on the reboot series?
No.
What? I didn't know that
They're
was a thing.
so good.
Interesting.
Yeah, they're actually canon, so they explain how... Because Rise of the Tomb Raider is really good, but it kind of just jumps right in and goes, I'm fighting Trinity. And you go, what the hell's Trinity? But if you read the comic, that's her first time fighting Trinity. That's her dealing with a problem that's going on with Sam after the end of the first game. It's just a whole set of stories that are canon and do link back into the games.
Wow, 51 issues.
The only comic I've been reading is I've been on a kick of the TMT comics reboot, IDW from 2013.
Oh, nice.
How
2011.
are those?
Fucking amazing.
Yeah, they're pretty good.
I wanna
We
get
did.
into those.
What did we do? The first 4 issues forever ago?
The first 4 or 6 issues, something like that. And then
Yeah, it's
I actually picked that
surprisingly
back
good.
up. Me and Rich have started recording again, and we recorded 3 other episodes since we did the second arc a year ago, and I can't stop reading it. It's I'm only at issue 27 or so, but it's really damn good.
Oh, nice.
So I highly recommend it.
I have to get into it.
Highly recommend reading those. But you want to use a timeline thing because they jump around from miniseries to main series a lot, and the miniseries really feel like you kind of need to read them, otherwise you won't get stuff.
Oh, it's one of those.
But I mean, depending on how you read your comics, it's not an issue. So
I'm still waiting for that IDW Mega Man comic that we're supposedly getting.
Are we?
Pretty sure.
Oh,
I seem to remember.
yes.
I don't know
So
if there's a rumor.
IDW's Sonic as well.
there's that Archie Mega Man stuff that's supposed to be good. That we read the first arc of.
Yeah,
It
we did
wasn't
the
bad.
first arc of that.
I wanted to read. Yeah, I kind of want to read more, but then I got to read more comics. So. I'm busy.
Yeah, that's where I'm at too. Because mostly when I was reading comics was when I was at work and I had downtime. But I have portable games that I need to get through first, so I need to not get into anything like that.
Yeah, that's TMT has become my night ritual. A lot of times when I'm right now, I'm ahead because me and Rich are trying to record it. So we're ahead, and I don't want to overread too much. I just read the same thing twice, so I'm more educated on it. But
Makes sense.
yeah, it's usually my routine. I get my tablet out and I read an issue or two on my tablet. Then I'm like, okay,
Nice.
it's fucking good. I highly recommend the TMT IDW stuff. If you even if you don't really like Turtles, it's a great introduction to Turtles.
I need to read it.
I mean,
good.
if you need places to read it, I can help you with that too off the air. So, but
Oh, fair.
there's that too. Any last things you guys want to mention before we wrap this up? Anything TV, comics, movies, anything? Shout out.
Super Bowl's today as of this recording. Anyone plan to watch it?
No.
No,
Me neither. Chiefs are in it. I'm supposed to care according to being in the state of Missouri, but
but you're not in the
don't.
state of Kansas City. Remember, it's the Kansas City Chiefs, the great state of Kansas City.
Are
state
the
of Kansas.
Patriots in it?
No.
Thank
No.
God, no.
Don't care. Hey.
I fucking hate the Patriots.
Maybe I'll have it on in the background as I play some games, but that's about it.
I'm obligated to somewhat care about the Patriots.
You're from
That's
Boston,
it.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but hopefully the dynasty's gone. So. Are you guys?
I never cared about sports to begin with, so it's fine.
Okay. I just don't like the Patriots. I almost been at a Super Bowl. Almost. There was one in my city a couple years ago, and I was nearby because I had to work for FedEx. I was at a little like station near the Super Bowl for the convention center. They had the big Super Bowl event before the show, and I got to get some exclusive products and buy, and it was fucking cool. But that's my experience. I don't care about sports though. But hey, I got to like be at the event, and that was cool. And I got paid to be there. I got paid to walk around the first couple of days, and we were dead slow to like, yeah, just go wander around. We don't care. We're paying you. Fuck it. Just go enjoy your 10-hour shift.
Nice.
I'm like, all right, I'll go walk around and get paid. No problem. So yeah, that's okay. But yeah, no, I gotta watch it too. I know my wife wants me to watch the halftime show, so I'll probably put that on.
Yeah.
But
I mean, it's not till 5:30 Central anyway, and that's too late for me. I wouldn't care. So my wife will go out to her parents, and I'll play more Persona 5.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, you should care. It's Kansas City.
Look, the most important thing about the Super Bowl is that commercials air that are their first time airing. They'll introduce new movies or something.
YouTube's for.
Exactly.
I mean, maybe before YouTube, I might have cared, but there's YouTube. I can just be like, I'll just go look it up online.
So, like, it's the same thing as I don't care about Halloween, but I love November 1st because you get all the discount candy. So now it's the day after the Super Bowl, you get all the commercials.
Okay, how dare you? Halloween is the best holiday.
Yeah.
He's not a spooky guy at all. All right, I think
free candy legally allowed to scare kids, and you dress up however you want, and nobody's going to judge you.
Yeah, that's just, yeah.
I dress up however I want, but my wife judges me every day because I work from home now, so I don't have to try very much.
My wife told me the other day, she's like, don't judge me. I said, I'm your husband. I will exclusively judge you. It's part of
but in
marriage.
A loving way, I assume.
Right, yeah, of course.
It's like I'll go now weeks without shaving because I don't need to because I don't go anywhere for work. So, and then my wife does not like when I have a beard. She'll be like, you need to shave. I'm like, but I don't have to for work. I don't go anywhere. Work from home has its advantages, but it's also, you don't see people anymore. I just see my dog and my cat, and they run away.
Pretty all right to me.
I miss people sometimes. I do miss the community atmosphere, but this job's pretty good. All right, I think that's everything I need to say because I'm just rambling. So we will wrap the show up. Mike, anything you want to shout out?
Not really. Follow me on Twitter if you want. It's at Kaidanxin, Kaidanxin, and anything else I'll be doing, I'll post on there.
Biggest fan of Mass Effect 1 character. Yep.
I had that name way before that game came out. They owe me royalties. They stole it.
And Phoebe, where can people find you at?
I am at the Let's Play Princess on Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter. Watch me suffer through Elden Ring with a strength faith build, and watch me suffer through Fallout 3 in the near future with a melee-only build.
That's more doable. Yeah, like I said earlier, we were both on the latest. I was on episode 82, and she was on 83, and they do video game trivia every week. It's a podcast, so find it wherever you get podcasts. It's real good.
Okay. And Zach, do you have anything to plug? Because I forgot to ask you this earlier.
You could find me on Twitter and on Twitch, Pligge the Fallen, or on YouTube, Pligge. Also, I run the Overblood group. I am probably one of the few founders of the group left after 12 plus years.
It's been that long. Jeez.
Yep, and I will go down with that group.
Yep.
I'm happy that group exists because that's where I met so many great people. It's because of that damn group.
Yep.
Actually, most people for this podcast. A lot of people from this podcast I met from that group. I love that group.
It has its good days and its bad days.
Yes.
When I have the bad days, I just don't notice or don't care. I mean, people say stupid shit on there, and I just go, okay, that's nice. I'll go.
I have a 12-year archive of that group.
It's wild.
It's a pretty nice place on Facebook. Consider how many groups are toxic out there. It's actually not a toxic group. 99% of the time.
Yeah, Zach and the other mods do a good job of keeping out the riffraff.
Yeah, I'm glad that you started that. I didn't realize you were a founder. I think I joined pretty early, but I definitely wasn't a founder. But I joined really early.
Yeah, I joined like within the first day or two. Then sometime in October, Facebook kicked me out of all my groups, so I had to rejoin all the groups.
Fucking Facebook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, Zach, some mysterious stranger just followed you on Twitch and Twitter.
Oh, no. Now I have to go back to streaming. No, yeah, like I had to take a break from streaming due to some stuff in my life, and I had to upgrade the power supply on my PC because I was maxing out the 1,000 watts. So now I can stream again.
You can't handle all that Superman 64.
Whenever people talk about streaming, I always want to get into it one day.
It's something I would love to do, but I think I would stick with games more often than I put them down if I were, but I don't know. I just don't feel like I don't have the time.
Yeah, I've been streaming on and off for 10 years. Usually, though, I'm a guest on a lot of streams and videos. It's easier that way for me.
Nothing wrong with that. Now you're a guest on a podcast, too.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, I am.
And I record tons of shit, so always feel free to join.
No, I guess
That's
I should
wonderful.
plug the Backlog Busters. I've been on there doing the brunch thing like I mentioned earlier. Find them at Backlog Busters on Twitter and podcasts and stuff.
I have to look into that because I think it'll help me play
Oh.
more of my backlog because I have too much.
I will send you the bingo card.
That would be
You will.
perfect.
I was like, can you
Thank
send me a copy too?
Yeah.
I'll send everybody a
Yeah.
copy. Even all you listeners out there, find them on Twitter and send you a copy too. Or get them back.
Everybody just spam him.
It's my pinned tweet on Twitter, so it is.
All
there.
right.
I don't even know what my pinned tweet is on Twitter. I have no idea.
Last, I think it was the anniversary episode.
God, that
Or
was, a
the
good episode.
100,000, whatever.
That was a good fucking episode, though. So that was a really good one. That's one of my
nice.
favorites ever produced.
I started it, I didn't get very far, and then I think I started listening to something else.
It's fine. It's like 6. It's like 6 hours or so, or 7 hours, or 8. It's a long fucking 2-parter I created for. Yeah, it's my proudest achievement though so far.
Oh,
in
yeah, that's
podcasting.
good stuff. Good.
And Jeff Cork's on there too. So
Yep, love that guy.
Nice.
great guy for Game Informer. All right, and if you enjoyed this episode, you can find over 400 other episodes on Podbean. Everything is on Podbean. If you can't find what you're looking for on Spotify and iTunes, we do games, movies, comics, TV seasons. We do all sorts of shows. So definitely go check out the giant catalog. I want to give a shout out to my awesome buddy Bill Tucker, who did the MCU movies with me. You can find he started his own show, A Gamer Looks at 40. Definitely go check him out. And want to give a shout out to my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Fear. You can follow her on TikTok and see a link in the show notes. If you want to support the show, we do have a Patreon for a little dollar. You can vote in the Patreon poll. The poll this month is Scarlett Johansson movies Mike has never seen. Under the Skin, The Big Score.
Perfect score.
Perfect Score. I keep saying it wrong. Perfect Score, Her, and Other Boiling Girl. So you get to choose which one we're going to cover. So for little as a dollar, you can vote in our poll. And we do have a Discord. You'll see a link in the show notes. You can join our Discord and chat with us. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and on YouTube. Audio only, but we are on YouTube. I think that's everything I need to say. So we will see you guys all next time. Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.